To continue the discussion on humanitarian needs of survivors, joining us from Istanbul is Nuran Kizilkan. She's the president of the Yardım Konvoyu Association and an emergency response expert. Nuran, rescue operations continue to work tirelessly. That's despite survival stories now becoming more and more unlikely. But the reality is that focus will now shift from search and rescue to recovery. What's needed in terms of coordination as we move into this next stage of the operation?
Now is the time that people realize that their beloved ones hope to rescue them are almost over. Now we have to be considering how to help, we jointly help the survivors. Now is the time for the coordination with the assigned or coordination organizations like Shelter, Relief and WASH with AFAD for health, critical needs in these humanitarian assistance sectors, health with Ministry of Health, of course with the international assistance organizations. They are also in Turkey. That is also important to join our forces to get the data, accurate data from everywhere that people seek and found someone to refuge, especially in the rural areas. Aids keep coming, but the most important thing is that direct them to the right time, right place, and not to make any more burden for people on the ground to deal with them.
Well, as you say, the focus is now very much on the survivors who are out living in the open in horrific conditions with lacking water, fuel and electricity. Do you have emergency response teams on the ground now? And are you seeing, you talked about international aid, are you seeing that international aid on the ground as well?
We are seeing mostly the coordination units. Big actors are here, but they're about to, or they did already launch their appeals. But this will take a little bit time. The big massive aid assistance to come to Turkey, because also the local suppliers, manufacturers also overwhelmed with their descent as in assistance, or they're doing their best to provide the supplies needed from the region. So you may need, in terms of material, in-kind assistance as well to Turkey.
You know, as we know, millions have been displaced, many unable to return back to their homes out of fear. So my question is, what support are we seeing in terms of healthcare and hospitals? Is that going to be the next challenge?
It is very critical now because people can try to understand the picture. People work in critical roles who may provide help, assistance. They are also affected by these two major and countless tremors, aftershocks. They already lost their lives or their beloved ones, or they are trying to survive, take their family to a secure place, etc. So AFAD, Ministry of Health, doctors, nurses, critical health staff like radiologists, emergency medical response teams, etc., they are also affected. So and it is critical now because the living conditions are not really human. Cold weather, lack of hygiene, water, these are main difficulties, can cause additional health problems. And some people in the rural areas, they couldn't go to take health care either. So we heard from the hospital managers that people came 5 days, 6 days after the earthquake that to take care of their cracked bones, and actually they need immediate medical attention, but health is now critical. And we may see epidemics as well because it's cold, but as soon as the weather will go warmer, we may see already some diarrhea cases have been reported, respiratory tract disease, people with chronic illness, their critical medicine, though health volunteers and Ministry of Health doing their best to reach out to the people in the remote locations. But it's a great number of people and spread around a big region.
Yes, as you say, that continued support is more critical than ever. Nuran Kizilkan, thank you for joining, and hopefully we'll speak to you in due course.